I'll say that again. It's a cheat day, not a cheat meal. It's a cheat day, not a cheat meal.
You're on Tinder, but you're not just mindlessly swiping through. No, you're looking for something consistent. You're looking for something steady. So you're really reading those bios, looking at those photos, making sure you're not going to get catfished. And you come across this person, you're like, yes, this is the one I want consistently in my life. This is the one who I want to start a relationship with. So you swipe hard right. No, you use a super like on this person. But in the back of your mind, you're thinking, though this is the person I want consistently in my life, I'm going to allow myself to cheat on this person every so often. Let's just say once a week or so.
You slept with someone else?
We were on a break!
That is basically the logic of implementing cheat meals into your diet. Now let me explain myself. So I used to be a big believer in cheat meals and cheat days. I'm going to explain that journey here. So let's just say like a decade ago or so, back when I was really starting to get into fitness, like cheat meals and cheat days, they're such a staple of fitness that I would have been hard pressed to find somebody who wasn't really into working out, who also didn't implement some sort of cheat meal or cheat day into their diet. And I was no exception, but I went more of the cheat day route.
I'll say that again. It's a cheat day, not a cheat meal. It's a cheat day, not a cheat meal.
Which is, let me tell you straight out, very dangerous.
Includes at least a dozen pancakes. And I took pictures of this. 4 pizzas, 2 dozen brownies.
Basically, from sunrise till night, I was binging on food. Like, my first meal would be well over 1,000 calories. It wouldn't end there. It would just, I'd keep on eating. It didn't matter if I was hungry. It absolutely did not matter, because this is the cheat day. I gotta really make it count. So I would basically go from man to 9 months pregnant in the span of a day.
I'm pregnant.
It did not matter how many babies I had formulating in my man womb.
How far along are you?
21 weeks.
Usually ending that day hating myself and wondering, why the hell did I do this? Why did I do this? But then a week would pass and I think, you know what? I really want to eat a whole cheesecake. So clearly this is problematic. Clearly this is very problematic. And I had the willpower to think, maybe cheat days are not the way to go. Maybe we should scale it back to cheat meals. But you know what? The cheat meals also proved to be a bit problematic. I would still kind of hate myself. I would still eat a bit too much in these meals, ultimately hating myself.
How you doing?
The point of a cheat meal, for a lot of people is kind of just to eat and not think about what you're eating or how much you're eating. And so when it came to these cheat meals, it didn't make things all that much better. I was still eating way too much and I would end the night hating myself. So I started to think, let's space it out a little bit more. Let's make it more of like a special occasions thing, like birthdays, holidays, whatever, that kind of thing. And I remained consistent with that for a bit, and it went all right. But then I came across a video by Greg Doucette. It was a way earlier video of his where he talks about how he does not believe in cheat meals and cheat days. And I was like,
You have one day a week where you just eat crap all day long? I have zero belief in that.
What this guy's saying, it makes sense.
You can have one meal and you can eat whatever you want. Well, one meal you can eat 5,000 calories, and then that's like 2 days worth of food. Matt Ryan was talking to him the other day, and he quoted, he said, if you like what you eat, you do not need to cheat. So,
like, if you like what you eat, you don't have to cheat. But I'm gonna keep on doing the cheat meals thing because everybody else is doing this, so it's probably fine. This is just one dude, it's whatever. But then more time passed, and I had my final cheat meal this last Thanksgiving 2020. Now, the reason why I decided to stop with the cheat meals, because once I started that Thanksgiving feastery, I literally could not stop. Once I decided that there was no need to hold back, that this is a true cheat, I realized that, I could just keep eating.
So you like donuts, eh? Uh-huh. Well, have all the donuts in the world!
More.
And my not eating makes me less happy. Is that any way to spend a day, any way to spend a holiday, any way to spend any portion of your life? Just keeping on filling yourself up, not really getting any happier, not really getting anything out of it other than potentially throwing yourself off track, ruining your progress. Is that really worth it? And that brings me to another point, and it's that having these cheat meals, it kind of enables you to want to eat less healthy every once in a while. Bodhi. Hi. You a good boy? Yes, you are. So I had to take a step back, and I was thinking more and more about, I'd seen other videos by Greg since I'd seen that first one where he talked down on cheat meals and cheat days. And I was, little by little, it would get to me more and more. But that Thanksgiving 2020 was the final straw. I decided that, if I truly enjoy my diet, if I'm truly enjoying what I eat, I don't have to cheat. And that just really started to ring true. Why? If anything, if there's ever a day where you feel like, hey, my caloric allotment, it's not really working out for me today, I still feel hungry, then just eat a little bit more of the same foods that you already eat.
You're going to the gym and you have just absolutely no energy, then it would make sense to add in some carbs, but not pizza, ice cream, cookies, and candies. Something more like oatmeal, rice, potatoes.
Because again, when you're choosing a diet and the foods you're gonna consistently have in your life, you should enjoy it and not have to think about how every so often you're going to go off the wagon and just be crazy and binge. Again, to me, it's very similar to the idea of getting into a relationship with the expectation of being able to cheat on your partner.
Relationships are with people, they're not with food. I don't court a banana.
It doesn't really work. It doesn't really make for consistent success. And no, I cannot speak for everyone. Sure, there are definitely going to be people out there where they're better off having legitimate cheat days and cheat meals. But for the average person, my recommendation is definitely to try and find a diet. And I'm speaking about diet in the broad sense. Speaking about diet not in the sense of something temporary. This is something that you are going to be sticking to, hopefully, for the rest of your days. Never think of it as something temporary. Any diet that is going to be temporary is not the one for you. And any diet that makes you feel like you need to cheat on it is also not the diet for you. There are other ways to be consistently happy and healthy with what you're eating. You just got to do a little bit of digging, a little bit of research, and find that. Me personally, I found some incredible ideas and meal options through YouTube mostly, through people like Greg Doucette, like Will Tennyson, offering out recipes either in cookbooks, on their YouTube channel, whatever. There's a lot of great options out there. And again, it's going to take a little bit of work, but it's worth it. To find a diet that allows you to not feel like you need to cheat on it, that's something special, let me tell you. I'm living in it right now, and it is more than worth it. So again, my recommendation, all of you, or save for maybe a few who absolutely do need cheat meals and do need cheat days in your lives, I say find something you can stick to. Find something that makes you consistently happy. Don't feel a need to be overly restrictive. Healthy eating does not need to be painful, and that is a fact.